Yo, black people can't do karate. And here's why. Nobody asked Shawn. Episode 5. Welcome back to the show. Episode 5. Black History Month rolls along. Black History. You know what I just noticed this month? And I didn't notice it before, is that there are white people on Clubhouse. I didn't know that. I don't know if this is like some kind of like government infiltration, like some COINTELPRO type psyop operation where they're like infiltrating. If you told me Clubhouse was a black application, I would have believed you up until this point. And I know it wasn't created by black people or for black people, but overwhelmingly, and maybe it's just the circles I've been, you know what I mean, the pools I've been swimming in, that I haven't seen any white people. But I had never seen any like white people on the app until this point, and unless it was like a Rory from the Joe Budden podcast, or like a Rob Markman type of dude, where it's like a white person who's in rap spaces, you know what I mean, like a Neil Brennan type of guy, where it's like he's mostly seen around black people, or mostly likes to associate with black people publicly, but he probably got mad white friends on the low. But yeah, I ain't know white people was clubbing up, was in the club. I was listening to this other podcast that I like, and the dude was like, "Yeah, I just got invited to this new app. It's invite only. It's this new thing called Clubhouse." I was like, "New thing, man." I've been over Clubhouse for like 6 months already. Yo, Clubhouse was so fun for like 2 weeks. Like, I see white as like a Bohemian Grove, or like, you know, those types of like secret Skull and Bones type of shit, because like, it is so fun to be like a part of an invite only thing and be like, yo, I'm here, y'all not. Like, I could see why rich people would look down on us. Like, nigga, this is exclusive. I felt so important. I wasn't speaking in any rooms. I wasn't gaining any followers or anything. It was just like, in fact, yo, every time I got invited to speak on Clubhouse, I just exited the room. I was like, yo, if y'all are interested in what I have to say, this shows me that this is the room I shouldn't be in. Like, it's like that. I wouldn't want to be a part of any club that would have me as a member type of situation. It's like, yo, y'all want to hear what I got to say? This is not the space that I need to be in. I was getting pinged in the rooms. It's like, bro, yo, do not ping me in here. I am an idiot. I still have AMC stock. Still ain't. So that shit, I bought that shit at like $16. That shit is at $4. Yo, it's gonna come back. We're bouncing back. Hold the line. Everybody who said hold the line publicly, when all that Wall Street, GameStop and AMC stuff, niggas sold their shares immediately. Yo, look at the numbers. Nobody was holding that line. Motherfuckers is phony. That's like the story of humanity, is like people saying something in public and doing the exact opposite behind closed doors. Like that's why the whole like Stonks and GameStop stock, we're revolution. It was all funny because it's like, yo, the problem with like capitalism is like, yo, it just makes you be a capitalist. Like, you can't start a revolution within capitalism. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, go on Wall Street Bets. I was just reading something yesterday. They was out here trying to short South Africa, the country of South Africa. They were just trying to short it. It was like, and it was citing some bullshit political warfare shit. And it's like, yo, these systems just create scenarios where you're encouraged to perpetuate the system. Like we're gonna take down Wall Street by buying stock. Like, that's not how it works. You think when everybody started buying AMC, the Wall Street wasn't doing that shit too? Like, this is how you keep it going. Like you shouldn't be able to short a bet in the first place. You shouldn't. Like, this is lunacy. But anyway, I'm an idiot. My point was that I'm an idiot and I still own AMC stock, and we're gonna come back. Keep hope alive, fellow idiots. We'll make it. Yo, I got a prop gun. I use this prop gun in this video now, and like, guns should be illegal. This is not a real gun, but like the like, how many times I've grabbed this gun just to feel cool? Like, like, guns is cool. Like, I don't think guns are good. Don't get me wrong, but guns are mad cool, and that's why we shouldn't have guns. It's like, guns encourage you to want to use guns. Like, you want to shoot a gun. Like, I've been scaring my neighbors. I've been scaring the UPS man. I just been at the window, just like, just like aiming. Like, it's not okay. We shouldn't, like, this was a real gun. I would have already like been on the news if like man kills himself and trying to do cool gun tricks. Like I've been trying to like spin the gun and shit. I would have like shot the gun by mistake, and then it would have ricocheted off of something and it took my head off. We shouldn't have guns, man. Like I understand the necessity for guns for a lot of people, but like, yo, let's just go back to swords. Like, yo, you can't do a mass shooting with a sword. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna take this. Like, if you ran into a crowded building with a sword, you might get 3 people before niggas like, yo, just jump on his back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should get rid of guns and just go back to swords, sticks and stones, hatchets, large rocks, slingshots. Yeah, let's just go back to slingshots. Like, you can't really run up in somebody's crib with a slingshot and do the damage you would have done with a gun. And you can defend your house with a slingshot versus a slingshot wielder better than you could if it was like you had a baseball bat in your bedroom to protect somebody versus a gun. You know what I mean? I think everyone should have a slingshot. Slingshots is mad cool. I always wanted a slingshot as a kid. I got a slingshot when I was like 13. Didn't use it very much because I lived in the inner city and there wasn't really many opportunities. Actually, you know what? There's a good story. I got a great story for you guys about me, why you shouldn't have a slingshot in the inner city. So when we was kids, we used to make slingshots, you know, a facsimile of a slingshot out of base head juice bottle, like the 25-cent juice bottles, and a balloon. You get a base head juice, you know what I'm saying? And you would drink it, obviously, take the foil top off, cut the bottom off, and then put the balloon over the mouth opening, and then you can put rocks in there. You know what I mean? You still with a slingshot. So we was chilling one day. We was walking to the corner store, and there was a car driving by. And when people who were with me on this day tell the story, they said I deliberately aimed my slingshot at a driver and hit him. That's not what happened. I was aiming at a friend and hit a driver going by, right? So I hit him in the face with a rock. Small rock. But I hit him in the face with a rock. I'm not going to deny that I did that. But I think it was a big deal. Like, yo, it's like I didn't think he saw me with the slingshot. So I was like, I figured, you know what I mean? He's just going to keep driving. So he's driving, and then he slams on the brakes, starts reversing. It's a one-way street. So there was like a cut from like shortcut from the corner store that like if you ran down his driveway, you would go through our backyard, like the backyards of our neighborhood. So they was like, yo, Shawn, I think he coming back. Just get out of here. So I took off a little bit, maybe like ran about 20 steps, and I was like, he ain't gonna keep following me. I've gotten a little distance, so I'm walking. Now it's gravel lined driveway. Because it wasn't really a driveway. It was a space between 2 houses. You know what I mean? Which is a driveway, but if you saw it in the neighborhood, you'll get it. Anyway, so I'm just walking, and then all I hear is like I hear the tire spinning on the gravel. I was like, oh shit, this nigga's coming. So I took off the cut, hopped the fence, ran through the yards, ran to my front, ran to my house. I'm just sitting inside the doorway, and like I could see the nigga, and I'm just like, all right, I'm good though, because you can't really get onto my street from that shortcut. You'd have to exit that space and then go around the block and then come down the street, because my street was a one-way street. And I'm just inside the front door peeking through the glass, and I'm just like, yo, I'm just hyperventilating. I was freaking out. I was like, this nigga's gonna kill me over a pebble that hit him in the face. So anyway, you shouldn't have slingshots in the inner city, but now you should. I think when kids shouldn't, but adults, just like guns. I don't think kids should have guns, but I don't think adults should have guns either. I think adults should have slingshots, but not kids. And slingshots should be our weapon of choice. Black people can't have nothing. We can't have, like I was saying in that other episode, we can't time travel. We can't have slingshots. We can't do karate. Yo, black people can't do karate. And here's why. One, there are other martial arts than karate, but I feel like a lot of black people don't realize that, yo, everything is not karate. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, everything is karate to black people. It's like, yo, you be doing karate. Karate is a sensible hobby to pick up, right? But of all the things you could do in as a black person, karate is not one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, if you was a kid, 10 years old, you started playing football, like, and you go on all day, and then you come back, and people are like, yo, where you at? You was at, you was at football practice? Oh, that's dope. You play football now? But if you doing, you was at karate school? Like, first of all, they don't call it karate school. It was martial arts practice. But yo, like, why is that not okay? Like, and like, you can't, like, it's looked down upon for some reason. Like, and like, you can't even bring it out in a fight. Let's say you was in a fight with somebody, and you square up, throw a couple punches, and then you just swept their leg. and they hit the ground, and then you kind of just like you took them down. Niggas like, oh, this corny ass nigga, man, doing leg sweeps. Like, it's like, yo, this is efficient. This is like, why can't this is like, yo, there's nothing that makes more sense to do than karate. Yeah, I mean, especially if you in like in a rough neighborhood. It's like, but it's like the thing with karate is it takes a lot of time to get to the point where you can actually do karate. You know what I'm saying? Which is to say, like, early on in karate, you just learning, like, basically wax on, wax off shit. Like, not exactly that, but you learning, going through the motions. You know how to block, you know how to punch, whatever. But you're not employing it. So you could be like a blue belt, depending on your dojo. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of, every dojo don't do the belt system the same way. But anyway, you could be pretty advanced and never actually have gotten into a fight with anyone. So you don't know actually how to employ that. Like, you can't win. If you employ karate in a fight, you corny. And if, like, oh, of course that nigga won the fight. That nigga know karate. It's like, but, like, that's why you learn karate. So you can win, defend yourself. And then if you lose in a fight and you do karate, then so much for that karate, nigga. Where that karate at now? If you get shot, you've heard it. You can't karate chop a bullet. And actually, at advanced levels, you can karate chop a bullet. So joke's on you. When I get my skills up, when I execute karate to the highest level, I will be karate chopping all sorts of projectiles, drones, and missiles. Like, I saw a dude, I'm not gonna mention any names, but a homie of mine had gotten into a fight with a dude in high school, and in the middle of the fight, the dude just started throwing kicks, like, yeah, I mean, like waist level kicks, and he was trying to get higher, but he missed all the kicks, and he got beat up pretty bad. And like, I did karate as a youth. Like, when he was beat up, he was like, this is a fight. It was in the snow. And when he was laying in the snow, I kind of wanted to just go up to him and just be like, yo, you're not supposed to take that stuff outside the dojo, man. Like, you're supposed to diffuse the situation. Like, that's the thing about karate. Is like, they teach you to not fight. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, you lost by fighting. But you also lost by not being good at karate. Like, this nigga took some martial arts, I'm sure, but he ain't really know what he was doing. He was just throwing kicks and he got beat up. I just wanted to just approach him and just be like, yeah, you need to work on your technique, brother. But shout out to him. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's trained more, and I hope he's better at his craft. Let's talk about it. Judas and the Black Messiah. First of all, I need a Best Picture nom. I need a Best Director nom for Shaka King. I need a motherfucking Best Supporting or Best Actor nom for Daniel Kaluuya. Best Performance of the Year. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Delroy Lindo, though. I need a Best Supporting for Dominique Fishback. Shout out to my queen. I love the movie. I thought it was well executed. I thought it was well acted. I had some quibbles with it, but here's my thing with the discourse about the movie. I've seen people be like, oh, why does Hollywood feel comfortable making this movie now? It's like, because it makes money. That's why. Because now it's proven that black movies will make money. Was it a fact that black movies wouldn't make money in the past? No, but they weren't making the black movies. Black Panther changed a lot, where they're like, oh, but it's also like, Hollywood wasn't comfortable making this movie either. If you read the Atlantic interview with Shaka King about how he thought it was going to be a bidding war when he for the production company that was going to make the movie, it didn't happen. It was still a struggle to get it, and even he had to change a lot about the script in order to make it a little bit more palatable. And it's like, people complain about that too, where it's like, oh, they kind of had it like lost. It's like, of course, it's a movie. It's not a documentary. It's a movie. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm so tired of people trying to like make entertainment the same thing as education, which is to say, like, you're never going to get the full story from the Hollywood movie. It's a 2-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much more to the story, and there's going to be changes because it has to be the most entertaining story as possible. But if you're getting all your information from a movie, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. There are so many books about Fred Hampton. Assassination of Fred Hampton is a great, by Jeffrey Haas. This is a great example about learning about this situation. And what I will say about this movie is it gets a lot right. There's some stuff missing about like the extent to how much Fred Hampton was a Marxist and a Leninist. But that's not the point of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the framing device of the movie is Judas and the Black Messiah. You're seeing Fred Hampton through the eyes of Bill O'Neill. My one complaint about the movie is that you don't ever feel camaraderie with Bill O'Neill, Keith Stanfield's character. So, like, you open the movie, he's getting arrested, and he's immediately in the hands of the FBI. So you never really like him to begin with. You feel sympathetic to him because he like, damn, this nigga got jammed up on some bullshit. But he immediately kind of jumps to, whatever I got to do, bro. And it's like, if he was a likable character up front, you would kind of feel a little bit more sympathetic to him because he's being used by the FBI, and make no mistake about it. What he's doing is fucked up. I don't support him whatsoever. But the point is, he's being used by the FBI, and we're always going to look at him as the bad guy because he is a bad guy. But the real bad guy is the FBI and like institutional racism, which is like making a 21-year-old from Chicago out to be the biggest threat to American democracy, which is like that's really the point of the movie. But I do like this, like seeing this story through the eyes of the man that betrayed him, and like, this is the guy who he has to live with this. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was excellent, really well done. I really liked the energy of the movie. I loved Daniel Kaluuya's performance is outstanding. What it highlights is how powerful a speaker Fred Hampton really was. Like he was inviting. He was an incredible orator. There's so many good scenes. Like the scene when he goes into the kind of like, I don't want to say white supremacist, but that like when he starts the Rainbow Coalition and he goes into that space where the white folks, and it's like he's charming in that room too. Like. And that his back is against the wall, and he shouldn't be able to make these people believe him. But he's 21 years old. You know what I mean, that's amazing. But my favorite scene in the movie is the scene when he goes and visits the mother of one of the Panthers who died with the shootout with the cops. I wish I could remember his name offhand, but it's such an amazing scene of like, just like the way Kaluuya portrays Hampton's like humanity and how he's listening, like how intent he is listening to this woman, and like, I don't know, and I love that like they make him, he has fun. You know, a lot of the times you see these biopics, you gotta forget like these people are human beings. You know what I mean? He has fun with his friends. You know what I mean? In that movie, like they joking around or cursing. It's like, I love to see it. And I see people portraying this movie as like a black trauma movie, and it's like, this is not black trauma. You know what I mean? It's traumatic that the ending of the movie is traumatic, but I don't think it's a black trauma movie because so much of the movie is about this. I won't say this man's rise, but so much of the movie is seeing the success of the Black Panthers in the sense of like this, what their mission was. You know what I mean? There was more to their mission that is not spelled out in the movie, but that's not what the movie is about. You know what I mean? You know, like this doesn't have to be the Fred Hampton movie. There's options. There's opportunity for more Fred Hampton movies that get into different parts of his life. And he was obviously pretty young, but like different aspects of the Black Panthers. This doesn't have to be the only Black Panther movie, and this isn't the only Black Panther movie. This is the most visible feature-length film about Black Panthers that there's ever been. But I don't know. I loved it. I want to see more like this, where it's like, I like seeing biopics that aren't trying to show the full scope of a person's life. That's why I like the framing device of Judas and the framing device of seeing the story through Bill O'Neill's eyes, where it's like you're just seeing this section of this life. Like you can't tell somebody's full story in a movie. I think the only movie that's ever really even come close to it is Malcolm X, which is one of the greatest movies ever made. But I like when they key in on a part of someone's life and tell that story as well as they can, rather than trying to cram someone's life into 2.5 hours. That's another reason why I like Selma so much. Is like it's framing the story during this specific time period. It's not a movie about. It's not a Martin Luther King biopic. It's a movie about the movement. It's about the marches in Selma. It's not about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is at the center of the story for sure, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. And, you know, debate me about it. You know what I mean? Like, if you disagree, you know what I mean? Hit me up in the comments. We could talk about it. And now for my favorite segment, Nobody's Asked Shawn. I'm going to answer some questions. First question. I promised I was going to answer this question first to somebody who asked this question last week. What is my favorite horror movie? Everybody who knows me knows I love movie. I would always say that one area in film that I've always overlooked was horror movies. I was one of those people who thought like there are no, horror movies were schlock. They were like the bottom of the barrel, and I really started to develop an appreciation for horror movies over the years. So my picks are very either like there's a lot of recency bias to my picks, or like just like basic shit. Like I love I think The Shining is one of the best movies ever made, and I think I love Hereditary. I think that's a great horror movie. Get Out, It Follows. I loved, but I've really been trying to expand my horror base, like watching stuff like Suspiria and just more classics. Because like it's one of those things where it's like 90% of everything is bad, and it's like there's so many great horror movies, and I feel bad for being like snobbish about horror movies in the past because there's so many great. You know what I mean? Like 90% of action movies are bad. No one, like people look at horror in a way that they don't look at other genres. It's like horror movies are bad. Like horror is a bad genre. Like there's no bad genres. There's just bad execution in those genres. But there's so many good horror movies, and I feel bad for feeling like that for so many years. Next question. It's 2007. You have $3 to your name, and you about to hit the corner store. What do you get? All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to it's 2000. I got $3. I'm gonna go to one of the homies that sell weed. I'm gonna try to get them to sell me a nickel bag for $3. Yeah, they gonna be like, no. Of course, they gonna be like, no. I'm like, yo, please. Like I'm trying to do something here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the bag of weed for $3. Then I'm gonna sell that bag of weed for $5. Now I have $5. I'm gonna hit the store. I'm gonna get a beef patty. That's depending on 2007. That's probably like somewhere around $1.50. Get a beef patty. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a honey bun. You know what I mean? Honey bun is essential corner store item. So that's about 50 cents at the time. So we up to $2. All right, I got $3 left. I'm probably gonna get some chewy lemon heads. That's 25 cents. So that's what's that? It's $2.25. I'm gonna get about 50% worth of fruity, maybe $1 worth of fruity. I'm mostly gonna get candy. I just have a horrible diet. It's people know this about me. I don't eat well. Get some barbecue Dipsy Doodle chips. Those are 25 cents. I'm gonna get a 25-cent bag of those, and I'm gonna get a 25-cent bag of the spicy nacho Doritos. That's 50 cents plus the 50 cent of the. So that's like $3. I don't know. I'm at lost count. Let's say I'm at $3. $3 now. I'm going to get a motherfucking Arizona Arnold Palmer, of course. If I can't get the Arnold Palmer, I'm going to get the peach tea. You know what I'm saying? So I got like $1 left. I'm going to spend, so 50 cents I'm going to spend on Sour Patch watermelons, the bag of Sour Patch watermelons. So now we have $4.50. And the final 50 cents, I'm like, yo, I keep the change. Nah, the final 50 cents I'll probably give to, I'm going to walk outside the store and it's going to be, yo, little man, you got 50 cents. You got some change on you. Like, all right, first of all, homie, you 25 years older than me. So why you asking me for money? But you know what? I got a little $5 on me. You know what I mean? I'm feeling frivolous today. I'm feeling, generous. Hold that 50 cents. So that's how I'm going to handle it. All right, this nobody asked, is she really for the streets? All right, so here's the thing. How we going to approach this? First of all, we sex positive on the Nobody Asked Shawn podcast. You know what I mean? That women do what they want to do. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? The way we look at for the streets is, you know what I mean? If you approach the woman who was just, you know what I mean, she was there for the casual, you know what I'm saying? And you try to turn it into something else, and she just wanted to keep it casual because she still wanted to explore all her options. Was she for the streets, or was you trying to manipulate the situation to be something that you wasn't even trying, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't ever going to be that. You know what I'm saying? So like let her rock. And also, is she for the streets or are you for the streets? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we be for the streets, but we try to portray it as if like, yo, she for the streets. You know what I mean? You out here getting it in just like she is. Why she can't? You know what I'm saying? Like sex positive. There's nobody also asked, why do you hate Valentine's Day? Yo, niggas robbed me on Valentine's Day in 2009. They took all my jewels. I had a shorty, and I was about to, you know what I mean, do it up real nice for her. Nah, I don't hate Valentine's Day. What I will say about Valentine's Day is I spent a lot of years without Valentine's, you know what I mean, plans, you know what I mean, for various reasons. So it's like I ain't never really had an affection for the day. But, you know what I mean, shout out to Valentine's Day. And, I hope, ladies out there, I hope you enjoyed the extravagant gifts and planning that your man put into Valentine's Day. And fellas out there, I hope you enjoyed the sex and Alfredo. When was the podcast invented? The podcast was actually invented around 2000, to be honest. The idea of RSS feeds, like putting audio files and shit in the RSS feed was provided around 2000. So that's when it was invented. That was when it was invented as like an idea. I think the first podcast is around 2003. It wasn't called a podcast then, but the first podcast was around 2003. It started to get a little bit more steam around 2006. People like Bill Simmons, Bill Burr, Jimmy Pardo. They really started to get rolling around in. And then like it really started blowing up around Serial, but podcast has been around for a while. People don't really know that. And I remember I first became aware of podcasts was Pardon the Interruption. I used to watch Pardon the Interruption, PTI with Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser on ESPN, and they used to always be like, check out our podcast. But basically, it wasn't like a dedicated show. It was just like they would translate the show into just an audio form so you could just listen to it instead of watch it. So that was the first time I was aware of it. There's nobody asked. Last fight you been in? I ain't got beat up in a while. I haven't got beat up in a while. But the last fight I've been in, actually, I got fired from a job. I'm not gonna talk about the job. I got fired from a job because this kid tried to, like, there was like these pallets, and we was on a break, and we was sitting on the pallets, and he was like, yo, get up off the pallets. He was joking around, but I ain't like the way he was talking to me, so I was like, you want to try that again? He was like, get off the pallets, and I was like, nah. So then he was like, don't make me get you off the pallet. So I was like, don't do that. He approached me, he tried to lift the pallet up from underneath me, you know what I'm saying? And so then I slammed it back down. He tried to do it again. He lifted me up off a little bit, and it hit my shorty, and I didn't like that. So then we got into a little scuffle. It wasn't no punches thrown. I shoved the nigga, and then niggas broke it up, and I got fired for not even. I should have fought the nigga because I ain't even get the satisfaction of punching him in the face. Also, favorite / best album of 2020. I'm gonna give you 3. My favorite albums of 4. I'm gonna give you 4. My favorite albums of last year were not in order, but I guess number 1, the most I listened to was Eternal Take by Lil Uzi Vert. Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. Shout out to Phoebe Bridgers. That album was amazing. Price of Tea in China by Alchemist and Bodie James. And I also listened, I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised myself, but I listened to Time Served by Moneybagg Yo. I like that album a lot. I listen to that a lot. Also, Alfredo. There was some good albums last year, but those are the most listened. It also says Patrice O'Neal, just cause. Absolutely. Rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal. One of the greatest comedians. One of the funniest people to ever live. Just straight up. Not even a comedian. Just one of the funniest people to ever live. And if you, there's a lot of material out there. Patrice was just great. I remember my cousins. I remember when like Kevin Hart was really blowing up. I remember motherfuckers was at my cousin's house, and they was like, oh, let's watch some comedy. And then they was talking about how Kevin Hart's the funny. Like, I was like, nah, Kevin Hart's not the funniest. You know who's the funniest? Patrice O'Neal. And we put on Patrice O'Neal, and they was hating. They wasn't trying to laugh at it. It's like, cause like, you know how sometimes you might hype something up too much, and then it's like, this ain't funny. But it's like, I wish y'all would go back and watch Elephant in the Room, and y'all would know Patrice O'Neal is the greatest. Movies. Do you think the ones in the near future will be with all actors wearing masks? I mean, honestly, with all these superhero movies out here, aren't they already doing that? Nah, they're not gonna do that. They're making movies currently, and people are not wearing masks. People don't want to see that. People are not gonna want to see a lot of pandemic movies, to be honest. Like, people aren't gonna be reminded of it. There are gonna be pandemic movies in the future, I'm sure, but also it's bad for audio. It's gonna be really bad for audio. So unless the point is, like, if you're making a movie where it's kind of be the verisimilitude of the muffled sound, I think you're not gonna see too many of them. Certainly not gonna be a widespread thing. How about Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Is it truly the greatest cereal, or are Cheerios better? Okay, so plain Cheerios are not better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch by any stretch of imagination. I got a lot of love for Honey Nut Cheerios. They're not, I'll say they're second tier. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is absolutely a top tier cereal. Absolutely a top tier cereal. Peanut Butter Crunch is a top tier cereal. I like Crunches, as you can see. I like Crunch Berries. You know what I'm starting to, in my adult years, which I've been shocked to find out, is that I like Frosted Mini Wheats way more than I ever would have expected, especially like the strawberry ones, the blueberry joints. You know what I'm saying? What else? We're gonna do a full list of top tier cereals on the next episode for sure. We're gonna close out with this question because I'm kind of, maybe it was like they was rushing to write it, so they didn't really nail the wording, but it says, white people whose black friends call them the N-word, when's that epithet expire / get voided? So first of all, the N-word is forever, and I'm not happy to say that, and I'm not celebrating it, but the N-word is forever because we done took that back. You know what I mean? If you a white person and a black friend call you the N-word, you have to wear that. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't get to use it. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to just wear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really escape that. Some white people are honored when that happens. Some people are dejected, And some people just wish they could say it back. And it's like, white people want to say the N-word so bad, bro. And it's like, y'all can't have that, bro. Because y'all had already said it. You know what I mean? Y'all hadn't said it for so long. Now y'all mad y'all can't say it no more. But it's like, yo, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? You just going to have to live with that. It's like if your older brother call you it's like in white sitcoms when like the older brother calls the younger brother pipsqueak. And it's like, does the younger brother ever get to call the older brother pipsqueak? Not really, unless there's a certain point where he has puberty and he kind of overtakes him physically, and it's like, I get to call you pipsqueak and I know you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying y'all white folks should take HGH or whatever and try to, overpower us so you can say that, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you try to run up on me with a little bit of that, it's boom bye bye. You feel me? It's a prop gun. That's it for questions. If I missed your question this week, I will answer it next week. It's a rollover situation, rollover minutes, rollover questions. But that's the end of the episode, and this is probably one of the longer ones because of all these questions, and I love it. I love you. I love guns. I don't love guns. Slingshots for life. You feel me? Go watch Judas and the Black Messiah. It's Black History Month. Black History. It's one more week of Black History Month. Man, we might have to do a blowout celebration next week. I might have to come in with the kente cloth. I might have to come in with 12 militant goons behind me, just like we coming with the Nation of Islam. We coming with the Black Israelites. We out here giving you the divine mathematics, the ancient knowledge. We coming with everything next week, or maybe not. I don't have any preparations for any of that stuff, so probably not. But anyway, shout out to y'all for watching the show. Thanks for supporting. Send me more questions at nobodyasksean@gmail.com or nobodyasksean on Instagram. And you know what I'm saying? I love you. I got a 7-lick bag. Over there. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.